from the trailer. Over here, it's 48 inches wide in its roll, and we have to roll it from here. And here's the problem: we have to roll it and get it under this lip without cutting it. We're not going to cut our liner. The whole point of getting a 15 foot by 70 foot was so that we had no seams, unlike literally everybody else having these damn seams. There's no way to seal those seams perfectly, and there's always a leak. And if there's not a leak, there'll be one in a couple months or years. All right, we're gonna pull this section back and shove it under the bridge really carefully. And I can't decide whether I'm gonna cut it right now, because that only has to be 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 feet, and we've got 16 feet of width on the mat. Or I'm just gonna fold it on itself. Not sure yet what's gonna work better. I'm thinking folding it might work better. It'll double up the liner, but it could cause a place for the debris to collect if I don't tape it down. And either way, you're supposed to tape your seams when you fold this over. And since he didn't want to remove the waterfall, I'm gonna overlay it, and then I'm just gonna fold that back so that we can actually do it later if necessary. But instead of cutting the liner, or if you do cut it, you don't just leave the cut open. You fold it over 8 inches. That's how they do it. So, yeah. I don't think a little bit more is gonna hurt, but I don't know. These guys are quick to get out the scissors to cut this stuff. And I understand they don't want excess, but if this will fold right on over top of itself, yeah. And then all these wrinkles will come out as soon as I start from the bottom, which is the deepest part, and start filling it up and go in there and just start smoothing it out, and then start from the bottom and go all the way to the top. There'll be a crease there, probably a crease there, and then, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to cut this before or after. If I cut it after, I don't know what's going to happen when I shove it under this 3 foot by 3 foot concrete walkway, whether I'm going to be able to unfold it. I mean, I guess I will, as long as I take my time. Okay, I've got it all pushed under the walkway. All I gotta do is fit it up to the sides. All right, now we'll fit it in all the corners and get it tucked in. Get this bottom part full of water so that it levels everything out and takes care of all the creases on its own. Okay, we'll do about 60 gallons for each adjustment, and see if we can get all these creases out somewhat. I've got a little bucket there so that we can wash our feet before we get in there. All right, let's see how it goes. Keep in mind, it's one person doing this whole thing. Like I said, we're going to do about, 50, 60 gallons, enough to fill the bottom of the floor, and then we will start pulling on the liner, as well as the underlayment, getting everything nice and tight. So, this is where we start using anchor rocks, so the thing doesn't collapse. I'm going to have to move these two over here to that wall because we're going to be pulling that up and that over. Hopefully get this section with no ripples, and then there'll be a crease there all the way across, probably at a certain angle, and then another crease right there to straighten that out. And then we will most likely cut the liner right there, hourglass it, so that we can actually get the liner to not buckle. $10 gallons. We want just enough water so we can actually still move it, manipulate it. So as soon as it starts going over that ripple right there, we'll stop it. Super easy. So I got a lot of the wrinkles out. And if I had two people, it would have went really quick. But I have to keep going over there and turning the hose off. But yeah, we'll fill it up this time until it goes over that crease. And we'll work all those over to that crease and work that crease out. That'll be our first turn.